Donald Trump brought a broom to D.C. He remodeled the Oval with gold trim, turned the Rose Garden into Mar-a-Lago, made the grass in the Capitol green again, and now it's called the Department of War.
We won the First World War. We won the Second World War. We won everything before that and in between, and then we decided to go woke and we changed the name to Department of Defense. So we're going Department of War.
We beat the British, French, Mexicans, Germans twice, and the Japanese. Then we changed the name to Defense and fought to ties like soccer for the next 75 years. In the Cold War, we played D. Now, we have to bring back what worked. We're going back on offense.
This name change is not just about renaming, it's about restoring. Words matter. It's restoring, as you've guided us to, Mr. President, restoring the warrior ethos, restoring victory and clarity as an end state, restoring intentionality to the use of force. The War Department is going to fight decisively, not endless conflicts. This War Department, Mr. President, just like America, is back.
It couldn't come at a better time. The Chinese military parade was a wake-up call. 60-foot submarine drones, hypersonic missiles, robot jets that can intercept airstrikes. Putin, Kim, and Modi even got a look at China's 600 nuclear warheads. Modi used to be our boy, but Trump said he went to the dark side. Whose fault was that? The soggy Rose Garden.
I've been very disappointed that India would be buying so much oil, as you know, from Russia. I get along very well with Modi, as you know. He's great. He was here a couple of months ago. In fact, we went to the Rose Garden and the grass was so soaking wet. It was such a terrible place to have a news conference. I said, well, let's use a beautiful white stone emblematic of the White House.
Trump built a White House patio just for India. Modi had soggy loafers and bolted for Beijing. Can't have that happening. No one's taking us seriously with sinkholes at the White House and drag queens in camo. Next dignitary that steps foot at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, Trump has a surprise. An American flag bigger than the Empire State Building. Yeah. Trump wants the flag to be 776 feet wide and 1,492 feet long in recognition of America's birthday. But before they see our flag, they'll hear our war secretary.
Much better than that. Way better. Yeah, right. So.
The military has been testing out the hardware just to make sure it's not rusty. Remember China put on a nice military parade? But they're not battle-tested. The Chinese haven't fought a war since 1979. They're wet behind the ears. And American technology is 2 decades ahead. The Department of War sends a message.
I think it sends a message of victory. I think it sends really a message of strength. We're very strong. We're much stronger than anyone would really understand.
The name also reminds the country what the mission is. It's not DEI or nation building or padding invoices with $70,000 toilets in Iraq. It's about war, not fighting war, winning war. It's a vibe shift.
Reestablishing deterrence so that when the enemy sees an American, they don't want to with us because they know they'll get the business end of the best warrior on the planet. We're reestablishing that, whether it's Midnight Hammer or freedom of navigation or narco traffickers that are poisoning the American people.
Whether it's blowing up the Houthis, the Iranian nuke mountain, or the cocaine speedboats on the high seas, America's enemies see there's a price to pay.
When I see boats coming in, like loaded up the other day with all sorts of drugs, probably fentanyl mostly, but all sorts of drugs, and we're going to take them out. And if people want to have fun going on the high seas or the low seas, they're going to be in trouble. I think anybody that saw that is going to say, I'll take a pass. I don't even know about fishermen. They may say, I'm not getting on the boat. I'm not going to take a chance.
Maduro in Venezuela tried to counter by buzzing a naval vessel. So the War Department scrambled 10 F-35 fighter jets to Puerto Rico. And I guarantee the rest of Maduro's Air Force stays grounded. We don't fly F-35s casually. They're the same fighter jets we use for Operation Midnight Hammer, and they cost $100 million apiece. This isn't a drill. We have 8 U.S. Navy destroyers and 10 F-35s in the Caribbean. We haven't flexed that hard in the neighborhood since the Cuban Missile Crisis. But panicans are worried. They're worried about what the cartels, not what they're going to do to us, they're worried about what we might do to the cartels. They're nervous about manifest destiny.
What he's reaching for, Chris, is an idea of the country that was at the heart of the Spanish-American War. The idea of the country that led to Guam and Puerto Rico being territories. The idea of the country that intervention in Cuba, that had us intervene in Haiti. We can go down the line. American imperialism, an empire of right. So you describe the country.